Not Worth the Time with Wade Taylor. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Not Worth the Time. So glad you guys come back and hang out while we do this show. While I do this show, there's no we involved in this. I do this completely by myself. It's a labor of love for you guys. Yeah, we're doing our thing, having a good time. We're gonna talk some shit, do the normal things we do on this show. You know, I got something that I haven't had to buy in a while, but it turns out I use it way more than I thought I would, and that's a toaster. Man, I needed one bad, and went out and got one. It's good. Glad to have a toaster, but this is the thing I forget about every time when you get something new like that. You have to dial in a new toaster. Like, you have to figure out the exact mechanics of it, because they're all different. It doesn't even matter what type of brand you get or whatever. It's always fucking different. So you have to figure out what the good setting is, or what if you want to make a bagel, you got to figure out how long you got to leave that bastard in. Bagels get hotter than anything else in a fucking toaster. Like, the outside, I don't know what the outside of a fucking bagel is made out of, but once you put it in a toaster, it is fucking a lava rock once you pull it out. It is the hottest thing on earth. I'm pretty sure you're supposed to use the tongues they use to handle nuclear waste in, like, plutonium in order to get a bagel out of a goddamn toaster, because it is hot as fuck. Burn your hands every time. Every time. And you're just hungry. It's the first meal of the day, and you just want to eat your bagel, and it's hot as fuck. But then, like, you got to figure out the setting for that. You got to figure out the right amount of time for, like, your toast. I burned at least 3 or 4 things of toast. And at first, I set it real low. Like, okay, we'll just do it real low. Didn't even, like, fucking crack getting it to, like, not a nice brown. Not even close. So you put it back in, and all of a sudden, that whatever setting you had you run that twice, it just burnt it fucking crisp. You're like, God damn. So, just dealing with the whole setup of that. There's no good, like, toaster instructions either. You would think it would you just get it. Here are the numbers. You put it on this, and here you go. I still don't, to this day, don't understand if the numbers are a timer or if they're, like, the degree of how dark you want your toast. Do you want it at a 6? Do you want it at a 3? Like, let us know here. Come on now. I have no idea. Yeah, but that's the most exciting thing I've done in my life in the past couple weeks, trying to figure out how to dial in a new toaster. Because I have been watching some dope movies, though. Watched the new Mortal Kombat, watched the King Kong vs. Godzilla movie. We're all done there. Now I don't have to, I'm all caught up on what people are talking about at the water cooler. Now I can get ready to HBO Max. I got it for 1 month just so I could watch both those movies. That's it. And I'm going to get rid of it right after that. Even though, like, I've been just binge watching, it has HBO Max. I was so, like, hesitant about, like, that whole service, but it has some of the best shows that I love, like regular show. It has all the Adult Swim shit. I mean, they have all of the cartoons in, like, TV shows I want to watch. Mr. Show, they have some of the best comedy specials, of course. By the way, one of the newer ones, Dan Soder. Go check out Dan Soder's special, Son of a Gary. That fucking thing is so funny. So I've just been binge watching it, and it's funny too because I took a TV out of my room. I no longer have a TV in my bedroom, and I thought I was gonna, like, okay, cool. I won't be, like, watching YouTube going to sleep or watching TV. But then my little brother gave me, like, a tablet he never uses, and it came with a kickstand. I basically just have a mini TV on my nightstand now. Like, I just have HBO up with, like, just playing regular show as I go to bed, or I just binge watch some weird YouTube video that's rain or whatever, just sounds to fall asleep to. It's insane. I thought I was like, okay, I'm taking the TV out of the bedroom. Nope, you just put a tiny one on your nightstand now. And it looks like a big screen because my nightstand is right here, and I just turn and lay on my side, and there's just a big old screen. So it's right here. So it feels like it's like a 50-inch TV, but, you're just up close to it. Yeah, I'm trying to be better, get all the electronics out of my bedroom. I know I've preached that for so long, and I'm doing such a bad job at it, man. I can't even get my own advice, But we're all trying. That's the important thing. We try. We try to make ourselves better, and that's all that fucking matters. But I did realize this when I was watching like King Kong vs. Godzilla and Mortal Kombat and stuff like that. Like, I have trashy movie taste, guys. It's a fact of life. If you've listened to me talk for God knows how long on this podcast, and if you listen to Who Gives a F, you know me and Nathan, Jake love just garbage movies, just like horrific sci-fi movies that had no budget and have no business being released to the general public. We love that kind of shit. And then we like that they're trying to now turn those like that's what Godzilla was. Godzilla and King Kong were like these super low budget campy movies like back in the day that had no business getting released to the public and being as popular as they were. But they ended up blowing up and people loved them. And now they're like taking these what were just low budget movies and they're giving them massive budgets. And they're going, "Hey, let's make this fucking cool as shit," and they are, and they're nailing it. Well, how can you not? CGI is so good this year. How do you not make a giant lizard and giant gorilla fighting each other cool with today's CGI? It would be literally impossible. It would take so much to fuck that up to make it not good. But I love that shit. But then I judge people on the other horrible shit that they like as far as like movies wise. Like the best comparison, like I loved King Kong vs. Godzilla. It's fun. Just giant ape meets giant lizard fight, good time. No problem. But if you're a person who's a fan of Fast and the Furious after like the second one, Too Fast, Too Furious, I can't talk to you. I just can't talk to you because those are just awful movies. And this is why I think I can't get into those movies. I figured it out the other day. It's because the whole point of those movies is like they use badass cars and they do these crazy stunts with them. But I know a car is a real thing, a real tangible thing, and I drive every day. I drive a car every day. We all drive cars every day. We see cars every day. We know what their limits and capabilities are for the most part, and I can't suspend belief long enough to think that they're gonna drive a car out of a 60th floor of a building, right, with a winch on the back of it, and then swing into another building. I can't suspend my disbelief in that. The amount of physics you would have to know in order to pull that off, and let's be honest, Toretto did not do well in physics class. Okay, the guy beat somebody to death because he ran his dad into a wall. Like he wasn't doing well in calculus and in trigonometry. Okay, he's just not. So I have a hard time disbelieving it, like suspending belief to watch those cars jump out of buildings. But you put a goddamn gorilla and a giant lizard in a plane, I think I'm down for that. You could technically see that in the wild. It's not like they're 60 foot tall or whatever, but you could see a Komodo dragon try to take on a gorilla. Now, I'm going to tell you straight up right now, that gorilla's going to fuck up that Komodo dragon. Yeah, I'm calling it right now. I don't. Now, if the Komodo dragon bites the gorilla, obviously, like he's gonna die pretty quick because the Komodo dragon is so poisonous. It takes that, and just all it takes is one bite, and you're fucking done. But I'm just telling you, that gorilla is gonna beat the living fuck out of that thing before it dies. The gorilla might die, but they're both dying. Okay, that gorilla is going to just bash the brains of that Komodo dragon in, dude. I think we need to have a fight to the death. I don't know where we can legally sanction this fight. Call Dana White. If anybody can find a way to make a fight legal, Dana White can. If we need to make a Komodo dragon gorilla fight happen now, I would pay to watch that. I would pay $70 for a pay-per-view if that was the fucking main event. Just watching a gorilla piss pound a fucking Komodo dragon in the ground. That'd be fucking sick. Be so tight. I watched that UFC event last night. Woo-wee, was that a doozy. I didn't see a fight get out of the second round, dude. On the main card, nobody got out of the second round. There were just people getting knocked the fuck out and people breaking legs. Dude, it was so funny. I got to give him props, too. Because what happened last night was such a freak accident. And it's so sad to see because these guys are fucking warriors, dude. These guys are all coming in uh, trying to trying to just display their skill and the amount of training and time and effort they put in to show that they are worthy enough to become a contender for the championship or become champion, you know. And Chris Weisman, man, we were talking about it right before. Me and my buddy were just in the living room. He's coming on to fight Hall, and he's out there, and like we're like, man, my buddy goes, man, Chris Weisman really needs to win this fight because he's kind of his career's been on a little bit of a slope. I mean, especially since he was the one who checked Anderson Silva's leg. Like he beat Anderson Silva. He was the first to do it. And he's like, yeah, he just checked that leg kick and it broke. And then Chris Weisman, I shit you not, in 17 seconds that's how he lost. He fucking kicked Hall's leg, and his leg snapped exactly like Anderson Silva's did. It was nuts. Like, this dude's leg just flopped all over, and I feel so bad for that guy. I felt bad when it happened to Silva. Like, the fact, I believe it was Anderson Silva. I'm gonna make sure I got that right because I don't wanna besmirch anybody's name. I think it was him. Broken leg. I think it was. I'm looking it up right now. Yeah, okay. So yeah, it was Anderson Silva. Yeah, so like it's just bonkers that like that happened to that guy the same way he beat somebody else. It's heartbreaking. And you know what? Shout out to Hall. What a class act. After like that happened, he just got on the mic and was just like, I didn't. He's like, I prepared for this fight. He's like, and I hate that I wanted that this is the way I won though, because I came in here to fight, and me and Chris Weisman, and he even said like, I don't care where I am at in the standings. Once you get back and you're healthy, and if you're gonna come back to the octagon, you let me know. I owe you this fight. Like that's a class act, dude. Like he means that. He could have the title opportunity the next fight, but if Chris Weisman comes back, he's like, I owe him that fight. I gotta take the fight because that was bullshit. And that's a class act, dude. So I'm glad that fucking happened. Or at least he was that Hall was really cool about it and like felt bad. You know, and he shouldn't feel bad, but it sucks because he knows that guy wanted to compete. He wanted to fight. He didn't want to. You don't want somebody to break their leg on a kick that's just like a freak accident, you know? That's not a fun way to win. It's like a competitor. That's not the competitive way they want to go at it. But then Thug Rose fucking just a giant kick to the head. Jesus, she took out the champ like it was nobody's business. Jesus Christ, that was a crazy leg kick. Just shut the door off, man. Just shut the door. It was fun though. Also, very cool that they just straight up did. They had full fans there. They had full fucking fans, man. Florida doesn't give a shit, dude. Florida said, "Fuck you, we'll do what we want," and they're going for it. And I respect that. You know, it was a crazy night. But like, if you missed that, if you guys aren't UFC fans, I get it. But you should definitely check that. Like, check out some of those pay-per-views, man. Like, that was a crazy pay-per-view. So worth the fights. So fucking worth it. It was so fun. That's one of my product reviews. Great pay-per-view. I bought a toaster. This is Wade's review hour. I bought a toaster. I think I figured out how to make toast now. And UFC puts on entertaining spectacles. Great reviews. I wish people cared about my reviews, but they really don't. But I found some reviews you guys should care about. Some reviews you should really care about. Because you know, there's just a certain set of people who definitely are out there that, you know, they love camping. A lot of people love camping. But, you know how, like, some things say, like, this cooler is bear-proof? Yeah, there's sometimes people will tell you, like, hey, our cooler is bear-proof. Yeah, well, this is how they do it right here. These guys, like, this tells you how they do it, okay? Is your gear stronger than a grizzly? It's the job of some capable Bruins in Montana to destroy coolers, garbage cans, and all in the name of keeping people safe in bear country. That's right. They've hired bears. They've hired these Bruins I love how Bruins is another name for a bear. Like that's what we were. That was one of my college mascot. We were the Bruins, and I always thought that was a weird name for bears, but I like it. I like it. Sounds less intimidating for some reason. Bruins. I don't know. You just feel better about yourself when you're a Bruin. Just it makes them seem more fancy. But anyway, they hire these Bruins to come in and they give them shit, and that's how they find out if they fucking the shit's strong enough, man. Um, the Grizzlies and Wolf Discovery Center near West Yellowstone in Montana houses 8 grizzlies who take turns roaming the grassy slopes and fishing trout from the pond of their 1.5-acre enclosure. The facility is only one in North America approved to test coolers, bear canteens, trash cans, and even occasionally clover backpacks for bear resistance. Almost none of these items go up against the bear. Almost none of the items go up against the bear known as Sam, an Alaskan brown bear that is over 1,000 pounds, outweighs his counterparts by hundreds of pounds. Randy Gravett, who runs the tests since day one, says almost everything buckles under Sam's weight. Dude, Sam the Alaskan brown bear doesn't fuck around, dude. He'll just sit on. He doesn't fuck your Yeti cooler, dude. Sam looks at this Yeti cup and goes, "I'll fucking bust that thing with my jaw, dude. I'm so much stronger than you. Fuck your shit, dude. Fuck Yeti. You think you have the toughest coolers? You got Sam the Alaskan brown bear. The Alaskan brown bear is stronger than Yetis. You heard it here first, guys. Okay, let's take a look here. Oh, dude. So there's a bunch of different shit here. There's a video. So let's watch this video. The caption right here says, "How do we know bear-resistant containers work? Give them to a grizzly, see if they can open it." So let's find out. Oh, fucking ads. We're gonna scroll up because I don't deal with ads, yo. You don't get a free advertisement on this fucking show. You could suck my balls. Okay, yeah, we get it. Wayland University. Well, there you go. I gave you. I guess it's for college. Go to college. Don't go to college, actually. Oh shit, that's really loud. Okay. How do you know if a container is really bear-proof? Well, if a bear container is really bear-proof, you want to make sure you just give it to that bear. Actually, we like to take it to the gay nightclubs and let the bears around there toss it around a little bit and see if they can get it out. That's how you know a bunch of the little twig boys are bear-proof, because the bears handle them at the gay bar. All right, let's go. The Grizzly Wolf, one facility that proves test resistant food, garbage, and storage containers. Look at that bear, dude. Like, they're just trying. They know food's in there. They're going to get in. The bear. Oh, I'm sorry. You got to turn it down. The bears learn to associate people with food and often come to dangerous and ultimately kill the place to capture. Look at that bear, dude. I can't believe that garbage can is resisting that. If they're unable to open the container with the food, passes as the bear resistant, receiving a certificate of the. Dude, that's awesome. This testing protocol allows consumers and parks and manufacturers to maintain a product that will keep humans, food, and garbage inaccessible to bears. Oh, that fucking rules, dude. They just give the bears just get to have fun destroying shit. I want a job like that. Why can't I get a job where I just destroy things all day? I do. I cut down trees and it rules. That's the fun part. I just fucking cut down trees all day. Oh my god. Early year, the center, which is full, gets called asking if they have room for more bears, and Gravett trains the bears for their work. He gives the cubs a cooler of goody zip ties shut. Okay, so he trains it. Okay, and then he places their when they'll face a cooler secure with a padlock. The only way of sealing it for any amount of time against the bear. The idea is that with tough devices, the human better trained to remove the secure temptation. Fewer bears may begin seeing the cooler as a snack bin, and frequenting campsites searching for them. Instead, they'll get it to wait, they'll get to live out their days in the wild. Okay, gotcha. Huh, that's pretty cool though. And that they just use that. I've never thought about that because you definitely see a lot of things. Do they test bear mace on these guys too? These guys are just testing all bear resistant and bear related products. Jesus Christ. I never thought about that. I don't think I've actually ever looked at a cooler and asked if it was bear proof. That's probably a fair question to ask though. I mean, Jesus, that's scary. And those bears, man, they don't fuck around. That is awesome though. I think I know I talked about it on the podcast. I normally don't take bits from this podcast, but I think we're going to be talking about grizzly bears in testing containers on stage soon. Um, and then I found this too, and I wanted to talk to you guys about this one because I get weirded out, and I always feel like I should have a secondary phone number for I don't know whatever reasons. Um, there's a lot of people probably like, that's some shady shit, man. Why do you think you need a second phone number? Well, it's none of your fucking business. Maybe I don't like people tracking me. But I found out there's burner accounts 101. Get an extra number for your smartphone. Now, I always wondered if this was possible because it makes sense. Like, why wouldn't you be able to add a secondary number or something? So it's probably just creating, like, there's an app that you just sign up, get another phone number, and there you go, right? And it just works that way. Perfect. When you don't want to hand out your own phone number, don't buy a separate phone. Just download one of these burner apps to your existing smartphone. Yeah, so they're talking about the wire and all that stuff. So, but like, let's see here. There are a lot of good reasons not to hand out a personal phone number. Perhaps you're buying or selling something on Craigslist, managing Airbnb listing, job hunting, have a job with lots of phones, a lot of phone use, online dating. With a burner, you don't have to block the person from your permanent number or get a new one later. All of which is great, but when you are paying big bucks for a smartphone with expensive monthly carrier, you may not want another handset. Thankfully, there are a lot of ways you can get an extra temporary phone number that works with an iPhone or Android smartphone, even your tablet, since most use some of the same voice IP systems. Okay. You can use the burner account to make phone calls, send texts, and even photos and get messages back in return. This isn't using *67 or pound 31 pound before calling, which was both shows you as blocked or unknown using those tricks. People can't easily call you back, not even *79. Look it up, kids. The service below pointing out showing temporary number when you call, so communication can happen. Yeah, so like *67 was a way you could definitely like make it so people couldn't find your phone number when you called them. We used to use it all the time when you prank called people. It was I don't think it worked the way we thought it did. That's one reason why they're explaining it. But dude, there's all sorts of different fucking things here. Like burner, it's a 7-day trial with 20 minutes of talk and 60 minutes of text. Unlimited text minutes and pictures required. $49 a month. All right. So there's Hush. There's a bunch of these. I've been thinking about this for a while too. Like I was wondering how there aren't like burner app accounts. Well, fuck, of course there are. As soon as you think of it, it exists. And I don't really even need one. I just kind of want one. It would just be fun to have to give people like a burner number, and then you can just like dip. You do it to anybody. It'd be so fun. I don't see why you wouldn't want to do that. Or you can just like you and your buddies can have secret phone numbers, right? That's would be the fun part, right? So you and your buddies all get a secret burner number, and you just have a secret phone number you can call your buddies on. I don't know why that's fun to me. Like you just give everybody your own little secret. Like some of these you can get up to 5 numbers. You get 5 different phone numbers. Like, that's a little overboard. Now that's when, like, if you're looking for the best deal and you're just like, well, for $79 I can get 5 different numbers. It's like, why do you need 5 different numbers? How many secret families do you have? How many people you trying to make sure don't know about the other ones, man? You're treading in dangerous water here. You know. But that's really fun. I don't know why. I don't have much else to say about this. This just gives you all the things. There's commercials for them and all that good stuff. So if you guys need a burner number, there you go, man. There's links are in the description down below. You find out what Bear products are Bear tested and Bear approved, and you can get yourself a burner account to call and find out if you need Bear related products. You know where you won't find bear-related products, but is bear approved for your listening pleasure? punninggame.com. That's right, guys. punninggame.com is where you can find all your favorite shows here on the network. Now Worth the Time, Who Gives a F, Empty Parlor, the backlogged episodes of all the other podcasts we've had on the website. So you want to check all that, head on over there and hit subscribe. Leave a review on iTunes or wherever you listen to this podcast. That helps a lot. If you like to watch this podcast, which you definitely should check out when you get, like, we got cool stuff I'm looking at right here. You definitely want to check all that out. So you want to go to youtube.com and search Comic Wade Taylor. Hit subscribe there, and you can get that way you can get the video version of the podcast for this show, Who Gives a F, and also check out my stand-up, Wild Horses, my half-hour debut comedy album thing. I don't know. It's a half hour of me doing stand up. It's great. Listen to it. It's fun, and so go check that out at Comic Wade Taylor on YouTube. And don't forget to check out the Punning Game shop at punninggame.com, where you can get hoodies, t-shirts, and all your favorite stuff and help support all your favorite shows here on the site. And don't forget to use promo code NWTPOD. That's NWT Pod, and that gets you free shipping at checkout. So do all that, guys. Guys, this has been Not Worth the Time. And remember, if a bear hasn't approved it, it ain't good enough for you. Not Worth the Time with Wade Taylor.